I think all of us were real excited that Scott and Slyke made the roster out of spring training this year. So Scott, come on up.
I've only ever spoken publicly one other time. It was at a wedding, and they were serving cocktails, so wish me luck. My story is similar to AJ's. I grew up in the church. I got 3 brothers, a father and mother that love each other, and I got to see that every day. I got a beautiful wife, like Brandon said, that's pregnant, and we got little Jacksons too. So, my story is I've had faith since I can remember. I've always thought about Jesus, thought about God, thought about the wonders of God. I think my kind of stick with God is how beautiful He made the universe and the creatures He made. Not just us as people, but the animals, the oceans, the trees, the mountains, the oceans. That's where I feel connected to God. So I'm sure there's some of you guys out there that, just when you're out in nature and you're looking at the sunset, or a beautiful tree that's standing on the hill, I think they can get a sense of how big, how beautiful, and how perfect God is. I'll backtrack a little bit and go to my minor league career. I was never the best baseball player growing up. I struggled in the minor leagues, hit under 200 multiple times, and I specifically remember standing in the outfield my first year in high, and I started off the year 0 for 27, I think it was. Didn't get a hit. And I was sitting in the outfield, and I remember praying to God that He would run me into a wall, break my leg, blow out my arm so I didn't have to play baseball. That's where I was at. So God had other plans, obviously. I'm standing here today. But the next week, I stopped caring about baseball at the point. The next week, I think I went 19 for 23 with some home runs, some doubles, some bloops. I wasn't supposed to. I don't believe I was supposed to do well in baseball. But God provided a way for me to get here. I think there's a reason for that. Whether it's talking to you guys or talking to guys in the clubhouse about the Lord, there's always a purpose for everything. And whether you think it's your plan or not, you have a plan. And just be patient and trust the Lord. So, I'll close with that. Trust the Lord. He's our God. He's our Father. He's perfect. He's everything that we want to be. He's everything we hope we could be. And He's done it for us. He's already done it. It's accomplished. The cross took care of that. He rose from the dead. It took 3 days, but He did it. Just put your faith in it, guys. It's worth it.
And it's been fun to see how God uses that laid-back vibe with some of the guys that don't have faith in the clubhouse. They're comfortable talking to Scott about it because they don't feel like Scott's going to jump down their throats about it. So that's been neat to see how God uses that personality in ways that glorify Him. But I want to ask you, this isn't new to you. You grew up in a baseball household. Your dad played for Pirates, St. Louis Cardinals. He's a pretty good player for those of you. Andy Slyke. He's a coach now for the Seattle Mariners. How did growing up in a pro baseball player's house, how's that impacted your family now?
I don't know exactly how to answer that. I think maybe it prepared me a little bit for the struggles. My dad, he played 13 years in the big leagues, but he's a guy that's also struggled. I saw him struggle early on his faith. He came to the Lord, I think a couple years into the big leagues. It was my mom who came to the Lord first, and then she coached him along the way. But how people react to a certain situation really tells a lot about themselves. And just seeing different people in baseball, I think you can tell who generally cares and who generally doesn't. And I got the sense that my father genuinely cared about other people, and he cared about the game, and that's kind of what I want to bring to the table.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. This next guy, I keep telling him, and I tell people.